Hello everyone, this is Mondan Raghavan. This video we are going to see the UiPath Studio and what are the basic operations that we can do in case of if you are creating the first process in the UiPath Studio. Open the UiPath Studio that we have installed in the previous video. Initially, you will get the pop-up just to go through the tutorials and you can navigate to the Academy site as well. If you don't want to see that again, you can click on the Don't Show Again and click on Close. Here you can see the option to open the local project. That means that if you are working on the existing project, if it is saved in your local system, you can open that local project, or even you can clone from the Git repository or any other source control repository. The frequently used projects will be shown here under the open recent, and on your right hand side, you can see the projects. The projects types will be process, library, test automation, and template. Generally, we will be working with the process in the maximum types. On the need basis, we can understand the other project types such as like a library, test automation, and template. Since we are going to work with process, most of the times we will click on the process. Here you can give the process name, the business process that you want to automate, and give the description about that. And here you can see the compatibility about the Windows Legacy, Windows, and Crash platform. So as of now, I will go with the default value Windows Legacy and language VB. But it does not mean that you are going to code something on the VB language. In backend, you will be using the VB, but in the front end, you will be using the Visual Designer, which we are going to see in just a second. Just click on create. So here we can see the first process, or let's say first process layout. So on the left hand side, you can see the project. So this project will be having the different details, such as like the dependencies, which will be acting like a libraries. So by default, these libraries will be available to you whenever you create the simple project or simple process. For example, Excel activities, mail activities, and system activities, and UA automation activities. Let's say if you are doing something different options, or let's say some advanced concepts. So based on that, you will be just adding other dependencies as well. And here you can see the project.json. Here you will be seeing the options about your project, or let's say whatever the details you have about your project will be mentioned here. For example, you can see here your project name, description, and what is the main file that will be executed in case if you start executing your project or your process. And here you can see the main XAML file. So this is the file we will be writing our entire code, or we will be writing, or we will be designing our process. And next one, activities tab. This is the place you will be using maximum times, where you can find the different actions or different, let's say the setup. For example, let's say if you want to open the application, you will just type open, and let's say type application or browser, you can see the option for that. Or let's say if you want to get the OCR text, so just type OCR and type text, you can see get OCR text based on the different libraries available. Same for the Excel, so you can find the option just to work with the Excel. You can type Excel and you can see. So what are the different options you have the Excel. And snippets, here you can see the sample codes which are already available for you. You can use it. For example, if you want to see the loop functionality for each folder level, or let's say in the folder you have multiple files about a same type, then you will be using the each file folder.xml. Here you can see already the design is ready for you. You can directly start using that. And under this main folder, or let's say the main area, you can see the variables. Here you will be adding your customized variable, or let's say user defined variables, where it can be used for your customized code or customized design flow. And here you can see the variable type, and here you can see the scope and default. So these are the different scope. For example, when you have the different, let's say options, or let's say different blocks, based on the block, the scope will be defined. So that scope will be coming into picture in case if you are working on the different sequences and flowcharts. And here you can see this is the properties style. So here you can see what is the property about this one. For example, let's say if you have the assign, just assigning the value to some variable, here you can see. So what is the variable name and what is the value for it. Let's say if you want to write the line to the notepad file, you can see what is the text and what is the text writer. So like this, for anything, you can see the properties and you can directly edit these things. For example, here you can see sample. This is for command. So you can see the what is the command text. If you open the calculator automation, here you can see, for example, if you click on this, here you can see what is the type of input. It is a click type, and what is the action you are doing, mouse button. Over that you are using the click type and other options. So what are the other cursor position and so on. And here below you can see the logs. So whatever actions you are doing, for every action, the log will be logged here. Even if you are just making some statements to the console, you can make it by using the message box. If you just type message box under the activities. So by using the message box, you can give some message to the user. At the same time, you can just make a console message as well. And here you can see the different other options, object repository, properties that we have seen, outline of your project, or let's say your sequence. And let's say this is our test execution results. So apart from that, we have other things such as like a recorder. So record and playback option also available, and computer vision. Let's say if you are working with the image related process, then you can use a computer vision and data extraction and other things. For example, let's say UI Explorer and other things. If you want to run your project, or let's say the process, you can use the option here, run file, debug, run. And here you can save it as usual, and you can open the new one as well. And export to Excel. So again, it will be just exporting your details to the Excel, and publish will be like orchestrator. Whereas you will be having a centralized controller of all your processes. Rather than executing from your local system, you can control or orchestrate the different process or different robots from the different system altogether, controlling a system spread across in the different area. So that we will be seeing in the later stage. So this is overall about the introduction about the front end, how it looks like, and what are the things you need to do. For example, let's say if you want to create a basic, let's say process, just go to the here and type sequence and click on this. Okay, now we will be having the main. So by default, main will be executed. Just drag and drop. Here you can see here, just if you just want to give the message box, you can type message box and drag and drop. Just for simplicity, I will just type sample. Okay, here you can see the values, and there are other parameters or other properties as well. So just save it, and here you can just run the file. Here you can see the pop-up box with sample text. So this is just introduction, but you will be using all the options for the different processes. Based on the business process, you will be just connecting the different, let's say, blocks and make the business process to be automated. So this is all about the basic introduction about the UI front end, about the UiPath Studio community. So thanks all, thanks for watching, and have a great day.